How's it going, CISD artists? My name is Mr. McBride from MKB, and I am so excited you're joining me today so we can make some amazing art. Let's check out what we're making. This week, we're going to be using organic shapes and geometric shapes to create a unique piece of art. Organic shapes are shapes that we see in the natural world, often through plants and animals. Organic shapes have a natural look that's flowing and curving in appearance many times. They are described as asymmetrical, which means that they're not even on both sides. For my organic shapes, I thought it'd be really cool if I made a jungle. So that was my idea this week. I wanted to make a jungle filled with trees, with bushes, with some rocks, all using organic shapes. I've already made a tree on the left side, so I'm going to start on the right. I'll first start by making some bush shapes, and then I'm going to work on the trunk and then the tree leaves. The trunk is real simple for me. I'm making it easy. I'm going to do 2 curve lines. There's 1. And here's 2. I have them a little bit smaller when they get up to the top. The next part is I need to think about what leaves I'm going to do. I'm not going to worry about making perfect leaves because they're a little abstract, meaning they're not like real life leaves. So I'm just thinking about making organic shapes, shapes that have curves and aren't any shapes that we're very familiar with, like the geometric shapes. They're not circles, they're not triangles, and they're not squares. My one piece of advice is when you start the tree leaves, I would start big, and then you can work your way down to smaller and smaller leaves that peek out from behind your big leaves. It's at this point, after I add a few more leaves, I'll take a break and work on my trunk. I'll add some dashed lines across the body of the trunk to imply that this trunk might feel a little rough to touch. I start to notice after I finish my lines, though, that I don't think I added quite enough organic shapes, and I want to add a certain type. I think the type of organic shape that my trees need are the type that Henri Matisse used in his artworks. So I'm going to practice drawing one, and I'll show you how to make one as well. Some things I'm thinking about when I'm making organic shapes like Mr. Matisse. The first thing I think about is, as I move my marker across the page, am I going slow and am I calm? The second thing I like to think about is, when I'm holding my marker or pencil, am I holding it tight or am I holding it a little bit looser? I like to hold it a little bit looser than normal because it makes it easier for me to make very smooth curves on my shape. Now that I've practiced that organic shape, I'm ready to add more of those shapes to the tree on the right. You can add as many shapes or as little shapes as you feel like you need. I really want to make my tree look like it's a big, full tree, so I'm going to give it some more of those organic shapes that I've just practiced. After I finish the tree on the right, I'm going to go make another one on the left. This time it's going to be a little bit further away, so I'm going to make my leaves and my tree trunk a little bit smaller. Part of the challenge of this week's artwork is not only do you have to make organic shapes, you also need to show me that you know how to make geometric shapes. Geometric shapes, just a reminder, are things like triangles, circles, and squares, things that you really don't see in nature and that are oftentimes symmetrical or even on both sides. So for my geometrical shapes, I wanted to be very creative in what I put in. I didn't want to just put anything that was random. So I thought to myself, what would be a cool story I could make? And I thought a geometric shape or something using geometric shapes that I see a lot is a robot. And so the idea came to me that I was going to have a robot that was lost in the jungle. So I began adding shapes like rectangles and circles, and even in a moment you'll see that I'll add some triangles as well. Any of those shapes that you don't really see in nature, those geometric shapes are perfect to add for whatever you're going to add that's in your jungle or whatever scenery you're going to make in your artwork. All right, guys, I'm almost done with this artwork, but I have a special challenge for those that have made it this far into the video. If you can comment on your Schoology when you post your artwork and you tell me what part of the robot is not a geometric shape, but instead an organic shape, I will award you with a special badge. So I'm looking for people that make comments when they submit their work to Schoology. What part of the robot is an organic shape? Do you know? After I give all my parts to my robot, I am almost completed with my artwork for today. I'm going to add one more thing. I thought it'd be really funny if my robot was saying something, so I'm just going to add the word beep for my robot, and you can make your character say whatever you want in your artwork. I'm super excited to see what you guys come up with. Please post this onto Schoology so we can enjoy the awesome creations you made. Bye-bye.